So, are we recording yet?
We are good to go.
All right, welcome back to Super Kingdom Hearts V 0.0 Final Mix HD featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Do you actually have that on screen to read out every time, or are you reciting that from memory at this point?
I've just said it so many times I've memorized it.
Son of a bitch.
Look, it's just once you the thing is, there's a pattern to it. Because, the first three things are like a Danganronpa reference, because Super Danganronpa was the second game because it was making fun of Super Mario Brothers. And then V 0.0 is to V3 because V3 was making fun of other stupid video game stuff. Final Mix HD is making fun of Kingdom Hearts itself and featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Is a meme.
Because of Shin Megami Tensei.
Because of Shin Megami Tensei, yeah.
Speaking of why I was late, I started a series of cutscenes in Persona 5 at 8:30.
Oh, that is dangerous, bud.
How far are you in? How far are you in?
It was after the penultimate dungeon.
Okay.
So that thing. Yes.
You're at the royal content.
I'm nearly there. I'm nearly in the royal content.
So
you're right.
wait, penultimate, is that talking about penultimate for the original game or for royal?
For the original game.
Okay.
So
You just finished Okamura Palace. No,
casino, right?
The one after Okamura.
Shido's boat. Yeah.
The casino, right?
Yeah, the casino.
Yeah.
I just finished the casino.
Okay.
So I started that series of cutscenes at about.
8:30.
Actually, I would say a little earlier than 8:30.
And now we're here because that's the long scene. All right. So,
it was only recently that I actually experienced a point that I could save the fucking game.
Yeah.
Speaking of Phantom Thieves, when did we last leave our heroes?
So, having journeyed to the world of Miraculous Ladybug, shit.
I'll just summarize it myself. So the characters landed on the land of Miraculous Ladybug, where first of all, Tsukasa realized that he had a new job as a teacher at the local college, not middle school, because the characters in Miraculous are in middle school, and I'm not dealing with that shipping trash knowing my players. But they all went to the college and met their new friends. They met with Mary, they met with the principal, and basically they realized a few things. One, the Hikari studio is here, Tsukasa's place. And two, this is a superhero world. Because Judge Dredd F5'd a mime into a fountain in the park. And that mime turned into a villain, so everyone went and fought him. Including our heroes, Ladybug and Chat Noir. From there, Tsukasa used his Kamen Rider editing powers to jump to a warehouse fight where they were fighting the mime, leaving Judge Dredd behind for the sake of laughs. That fighting happened. Fu, Ladybug, Navi, and just those three and Bob ended up killing. Yeah, and Bob. I forgot you weren't outside with the Tsukasa fight. Yeah, and nope. Bob ended up killing. Not killing, but they ended up dealing with the mime and turning everything back to normal. Meanwhile, outside, Tsukasa was fighting Chat Noir because Chat Noir was calling him out for being Decade, the Destroyer of Worlds. That ended with Decade going invisible and running, and Chat Noir having to run off. So, Decade reappears inside after Ladybug leaves, and everyone kind of gathers around. By the way, I don't know if we dealt with this last time, but I believe we did. Fu and Bob know that Decade is the destroyer of worlds because they eavesdropped on Astrid, back on How to Train Your Dragon World. Did they confront him about that? I believe they
Not
did.
yet.
I don't think Bob got that. I think only
No, yeah, because you
Fu.
both listened in. You both listened in.
Fu was going to confront him about it.
Yeah. All right, so that hasn't happened. Meanwhile, Judge Dredd goes back into his normal outfit and goes to visit the Hikari studio and encounters a stranger inside. Some weird guy who does a finger gun and says something vaguely threatening to Judge Dredd before leaving. And I believe we're caught up. All that's left is that you guys know you have a masquerade party you're going to last night at the Agrest estate. Judge Dredd was quote unquote hired to go there.
Oh yes.
By Natalie, who is Gabriel Agrest's assistant.
Yeah, Natalie Sinclair.
And yeah, they all, but yeah, they and everybody else was basically invited because Chat Noir invited Fu because he's nice. Well, Adrian did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically it. You were all invited to this party, big masquerade party, and I believe that's everything other than just I could go into detail about you all learning about hero stuff.
Didn't Dredd and Bob were basically police? Or when did they get invited? Now.
Well, Dredd got invited to be a bodyguard. And I'm just saying Bob and Navi are invited by proxy because of that. Because I'm not going to give everyone a personal invite because I'm lazy.
Sure, that works fine.
I mean, you guys are more than welcome to be part of my security detail.
Although we'll security team, not detail.
Oh yeah, the security team. But we'll struggle to find an earbud small enough to fit in Navi's head.
Glitch communication devices.
Well, which reminds me,
oh god! Every time Bob communicates over it, there's a little microphone symbol above his head.
Yes. And it can also split into give a tiny fragment to.
Also, I forgot to mention that we are not dealing with Judge Dredd. We're dealing with Judge Bread, Constable Croissant, and.
Oh, you motherfucker!
I forget what the other one was. It was like Beef Wellington or something like that. I don't know.
To be fair, Navi just has to press the Z key, Z button to talk to people from a distance.
Inspector Pomplamoose.
That's what it was.
Which is actually a BBC Radio 4 comedy about a French detective called Inspector Grapefruit who goes around solving food-based mysteries.
Is that a real thing?
That is an actual real thing. He has a faithful bloodhound called Pomfret.
All right then. So you guys, you have dealt with the problem during the day, gotten to your part 1 fight, and now things are winding down before the party. What do you guys want to do?
Well, Fu needs to talk with Tsukasa, but that can happen after anyone else is seen.
Yeah, I was going to say, because Triple probably want to have a word with Tsukasa about something as well, but that will probably happen a touch later. For the moment, though, I suppose Dredd's going to kind of get Bob and Navi and everyone else together, just so we can kind of explain what the hell's going on this evening. Which he's probably he's probably taking everyone to a cafe somewhere.
You mean the Hikari studio?
I mean all the Hikari
serve
studio.
coffee.
Yeah, fair enough.
Party meeting at the Hikari studio. And go.
All right, everyone. You're probably wondering why I've brought you here today.
Yes.
Wow, really? I was actually saying that slightly facetiously, but okay, fine. We have all been, in some manner of speaking, cordially invited to the fashion show tonight by Gabriel Agrest, noted luminary of the city. Sorry.
Who's that?
He kind of... I imagine he's got some kind of tablet or something. He's like just casting it onto a screen. Actually, no. Of course, it's a photography studio, isn't it? There's a slide projector there.
Yeah, you also don't want to risk actually changing the backdrop at this place, so that's how they travel between worlds.
Okay, he's probably been warned about that, so he just draws a very crude caricature of Gabriel Agreste.
I mean, you can use the slide projector. I'm saying you just don't want to mess with the backdrop.
Okay, fair enough. Like, again, I'm not familiar with the whole Kamen Rider thing, so forgive me if I'm not up to speed on how that shit works.
That's fine. It's just this particular series.
Yeah, it's literally because they didn't have a way for Decay to actually move between worlds, so they're just like the photo studio just moves because reasons.
Because budget. Okay. Now, given that he's a man of prominence and also a fashion designer, it would make sense that if there was going to be one of these stones in this world, which would attract the attention of untoward forces, it would most likely be either located here or possibly even displayed here. Now, myself, and by proxy, Bob and Navi have been invited as a manner of security, which, to be frank, when someone just hires a random constable off the street as a private bodyguard, you can kind of tell this city has a big problem with high-quality security. However, if we all arrive in the guise of security, that's probably going to limit where we can access and precisely how well we can blend in with the crowd. So, Fu, Tsukasa, it's probably going to be worth you seeing if you can wangle some kind of invitation as a guest.
Already a guest?
Alright then. Alright, Tsukasa, did you get invited as well? I would just make my briefing completely pointless.
Did Tsukasa get invited? I can't remember if he did or not.
I don't believe so, but it's implied.
He's
inviting everybody.
Food, did you get a +1?
She points to herself, indicating that she is the +1.
Alright, fine.
I can just sneak in, or maybe being a famous photographer, they'll just let me in.
However you want to play it, I suppose that's fair. All I'm saying is that if we're all going to be headed here, everyone needs to be able to make sure we can get in contact with each other quickly, and that we have our eyes on a swivel. Almost certainly something is going to go down here. It just feels like that kind of place.
A heist?
Possibly something a lot more theatrical, given how this place has a predisposition for superheroes.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Our heist?
I would also like to point out I am very sorry for making the whole mime thing a problem.
We didn't know that's how the villains pop up though, so I guess that's why everyone's kind of tries to be on the nicer side.
Yeah,
so it seems like any small thing can have the villain attack you, kind of thing. So
she shrugs her shoulders and just says, "Punchable mime."
Well, it was more just flashbacks to the old mine block war of '73. It went on for 4 years before anyone even heard there was something going on in there.
Most punchable mime.
Yeah, that was mine before, but it had to be more of a thing where it couldn't even have the world couldn't have any sound at all. That was really hard to communicate.
Yeah, I suppose there is one thing. Tsukasa.
Yeah?
I ran into someone here I didn't recognize. And he will give a description of the dude. Further yours?
So, that's a good question. Does Tsukasa recognize this person, or?
I mean, in this timeline, you haven't encountered Kaito, so no.
Yeah, he'll just shrug and say, doesn't ring any bells. But then again, I don't remember what world I came from, so maybe he's somebody from my mysterious and unknown past.
So deep.
She says sarcastically.
So mysterious, so deep.
But then, in regards to this other guy, kind of tilts her head to the side and just asks, "Another world traveler?"
Quite possibly. He seemed to be pretty keyed in to what was going on around here. All I can suggest is if you see someone who matches that description at the party, then let us know, because I doubt anyone who's a interworld agent of some description wouldn't have the same agenda we would.
Not a member of SEA.
Well, yes. I'm not saying they're hostile, I'm just saying be aware.
Maybe one of his friends?
Just kind of squints looking off into space and then just shakes her head.
Not ridiculous enough.
Not enough belts. Or zippers.
No, not enough. Being a cartoon animal.
Also true.
Right, well.
I mean, you yourself are a Nomura character, so you're used to the belts and zippers.
Yeah.
Be that as it may, Fu, we're going to need you to dress to impress.
She looks at herself.
Already impressive.
It's you know what I mean. There's impressive, and then there's French fashion show impressive.
She pushes some of the hair behind, some of her bangs behind her ears, and then just says, "Done."
It is a masquerade ball. I did mention that, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. It's also a masquerade ball, so if anything, he just kind of leans over and pushes her bangs over her face.
Behind.
Actually, in that case, if he gets close enough to her, he can probably actually see that. So you know how Fu like hides like one whole side of her face with her bangs?
Mm.
That obviously was not the one that she pushed back behind her ear. If he gets close enough, he can actually see that she has an eye patch.
Yeah, he probably hesitates for a second there. Just he will respect the fact that if she's got her hair over her eye patch, that's probably for a reason. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, if it's gonna be a masquerade ball, we're gonna have to do a little bit more than just slap some duct tape over our face.
Just a slowly glow building behind him as Navi comes up, a needle in one hand, single pieces of sequin in the other.
just radiating this chaotic energy.
She's just like slowly getting brighter and brighter.
My time has come.
that like what is normally that tiny ball of light that is Navi is just growing to encompass an entire seat.
Yep.
Soon it will encompass this entire building if we do not actively address this problem.
Yeah, don't let Navi go critical, then we're all in trouble. All right, so Navi, if
Trust in you, Navi.
And I'm going to attempt to costume us all for this party. Well, the members who are specifically going to be going as partygoers and not security. I'm going to be trying to give them all costumes. Let me pull up a roller.
just recalling again, in terms of helping people, there is something for that, isn't there?
Limit break. It's plus light.
Yes. I will limit break to try and help her out with this.
Nice, thank you.
Are you gonna like give her advice? Be like, oh, you can do this, this, and this.
I mean, the thing is, Dredd is kind of a fashion fan.
He's
But-
kind of an expert at making sure your costumes cover your face.
I mean, also that, yeah.
And probably knows all of the legal mandates required for clothing.
But yeah, roll them bones.
That's a 9, so
You either spend a link or take a harm.
I'll take a harm. Navi gets very enthusiastic with that needle.
Oh no.
All right, so you get a +1 forward on this roll, Navi.
Would I have cleared harm from a previous session?
No, actually.
Fair enough,
I
I got 2
also
harm.
rolled a 9, plus 1 makes that a 10.
I love it when helping people actually makes a difference between partial and full successes.
Yay.
So let's see, with that 10 plus pick 3, so the costume, flawless. Every party member who needs one gets one. For those of us who are going as security, they look just like security like suit uniforms. Everyone else is a masked like costume, and it is removable.
Yay. So we have cool, nice outfits ready for the fashion show.
It's not
Not
that
for the fashion
horrifying
show.
kind of shit where you're stitched into your outfit until the end of the night.
Also, it's surprisingly not Navi's average thing, because usually she's more of a fan of buttons than she is of sequins.
Paris is rubbing off on you, I see. Mon petit
do they-
chauffeur.
Do you also make masks?
Yes, for the masked ball.
Mhm.
Pick an animal.
Ooh.
No, she was a butterfly for the superhero thing.
Yeah.
So she's a
Just stick with
butterfly
that.
again now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, butterfly mask.
I mean, for Tsukasa, probably just make it look like the Decayed helmet.
So you got
So
this,
she's got,
you
like,
got this
So we have
bars
Beetle.
on
wonderfully tailored
we
suit
have-
and then a fucking Japanese fucking
She's got
plastic
green
helmet.
with pink bars on it for some reason.
Oh god, what is this?
So what is Foo's dressed like?
Oh my god, what's Bob's helmet like? Is it a Space Invaders mask?
Okay, that
Well, the thing
first,
is,
yes.
Bob is security though. But
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
we
true.
should still have a mask. Come on.
you're given nice black suits and then like just standard
Dark
black.
sunglasses,
Like,
and we all look like we're all clones from the
Can
security
you-
guards. We all look the same. Even Navi.
no, well the thing is, you actually have like a black, like not a domino mask, but like a like eye mask, like nose up black mask.
And a second, no, Bob has these sunglasses specifically.
Deal with it, glasses.
Yes.
I love it.
I don't know, what type of dress do you think she has, Nate?
I don't know. I was leaving it to you.
First of all, it's the same blue as the shade of her hair.
Probably, yeah.
I think probably a sundress.
That works.
Mhm.
Like a blue sundress with some measure of sequins.
Well, I mean,
and a
You know
Papillon
the
mask.
you know the butterflies that have the like patterning to look like their eyes on their wings?
Yes.
That patterning all over that dress.
Holy
with,
shit,
like,
that's awesome.
with just that mask, so it looks like you have eyes everywhere.
Hell yes.
And once again, Ed's body horror kicks in.
No, this is great.
It is great, actually. I just have to make the joke.
I can't help it. It's my nature.
I'm looking up eyeball sundresses now.
All right, all right. Well, yeah. Do you guys have anything else you want to do before you head out to the party?
I'm gonna buy a lot of guns. No. I suppose like just do some basic legwork while we're just killing time, just to check out anywhere up, like just some research on what the event's going to be, where it's going to be held, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Just so we got a rough idea of what's going to happen there.
Okay, so I'll give you the gist of it because it's just simple enough. You know that you're going to get more details once you get there for like the actual like security detail. But it's at the Agrest Manor, specifically in their big backyard, which may or may not exist in the actual show. And it's going to basically be going to be a big old catwalk. They're kind of like going from one side to the center. There's going to be like food, dancing, drinking, that sort of thing. And then near the end, Gabriel Gress is going to announce a big guest. It's a surprise guest, and that's all you know from your research. Just that there's going to be some sort of guest.
Fair enough. Yeah. Joe will just run through that, and yeah, I'll update you as well as I find out more. But that should be good enough at the moment. Looking good.
So I'm going to.
What'd you say?
You're just like, looking good, Fu. And Sukasa, that's a look.
She gives a nod of appreciation. I imagine like the Papillon mask that she wears, she probably has actually parted her hair and actually pushed it all back behind her ears because you can't see the eye patch behind the Papillon mask.
Mm. If John is trying to respond, he might be double secret muted, but...
Oh, sorry. Yep. Yeah, no, I mean... Tsukasa probably doesn't even acknowledge that Dredd is, trying to drag him.
He's
I'm
used to
just
it at this point.
imagining. I'm just imagining Tsukasa's suit being almost the same as everyone else, except like the helmet and like probably gloves, leather gloves.
Yeah.
He wears motorcycle gloves and motorcycle boots everywhere for no apparent reason.
Mm-hmm.
Which clashes with their suits so much.
It's not even a joke. That's basically canon.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna roll something.
Everyone who's probably animated stuff, they always just keep the same stuff no matter what, kind of thing.
Okay, so I got a 9.
What was that for?
On rolling to convince somebody. And so I will offer Tsukasa an experience point if he tells Fu what he really thinks about her dress and how she looks. That is not to say that it is an experience point if he compliments her, but says what he really thinks. As she does kind of like look over to him, and this is just quiet for a second.
Okay, so quick question for the GM. Remember that vision Decade had of stabbing Fu on a runway?
I do remember that vision.
Does this dress look anything like anything that happened to be in that vision by any chance?
Actually, yes, it does.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, yeah. Sugasa will say, mm, uh, with a dress like that, you might want to steer clear of the runways tonight, but not elaborate further because, yeah.
The magnitude of this oof has not been seen in several years.
She goes quiet and just kind of folds her arms and says nothing. Her expression does not betray her feelings.
And thus came the awkward silence.
If you want, I was just gonna say, if you want, you could like, is there a like a read somebody's like motives thing?
It'd just be deep dive. And once again, we're using that modified deep dive where you just ask any questions because deep dive is a little narrow.
Sure. Sure. I'll go ahead and roll deep dive. Roll heart. All right, I get a 10.
All right, so you get to ask 3 questions.
11
to
actually.
Sugasa.
Is it because he doesn't like her?
Oof.
Nope. It is not because he doesn't like her. It is because I.
Well,
in fact, I will specifically.
Is that second question going to be why is it?
What were you gonna say, John?
Oh, I was gonna say, the comment might actually mean that he really does like her. He doesn't want her to get stabbed by him for some reason at this party.
Right.
But,
she doesn't know that.
Yeah, but
why doesn't she want him? So basically, yeah. So the question is, why doesn't she? Why did he say that? Or I guess how could Fu get him to allow?
I think like the best way to get him to elaborate, like, is probably just to out and out strong arm him and say, like, get in his face and say, hey, what's your deal?
Okay. And last question. Doing so will doing so upset him?
No.
She will she'll hold on to this for now. There is time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you still haven't confronted him about being the destroyer of worlds, so
Yeah. That's going to be things that happen during all this.
All right, in that case, it sounds like it might be moving on time maybe to the party if nobody else
Sounds
has
good.
anything they want to do.
Everyone
Partakers?
probably knows that Fu isn't nearly as upset by
The comment.
Tsukasa's accidental gaffe as one would expect.
All right.
She looks more thoughtful
So-
than anything else.
All right. So before everybody leaves, y'all step into the save point and heal back up to full health.
Yay.
That's both a good and bad sign.
I just like to make sure because what weren't you that like 2 or 3 damage?
I was at
Dread?
2 I was at 2 harm, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
I just like
characters
how
are surprisingly squishy in this game.
I just like how
We
we
have
Hmm.
5 health boxes, right?
4.
4.
4. Okay. Just getting confused between it and experience. Speaking of which,
Yeah,
I'm at 4 experience already? Oh man.
Oh boy. All right. In that case, you all go to the party. First of all, security detail. You go there a little early because you're security detail and you have to.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you. Yeah.
Do you need to do anything to help set up security kind of stuff, or?
No, well, I'll tell you what happens when you get there. So just get there on time. Be prepared before things start, because you get there and you come across this big manor in the city of Paris, and you buzz yourself in. You get buzzed in, and you go inside of the manor, and waiting in this lavish main hall is Natalie Sancour, the woman who gave you the business card, and says, Mr. Dredd, good to see that you arrived.
Mr. Good. Good afternoon.
Mr. Gress is waiting for you in his office, and she motions to a side door.
Okay.
If you would follow me, please.
Certainly.
And your companions as well, since you're all here for the security detail.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Well, you go into the side office, and standing there looking at this large painting on the back wall of a blonde woman with lots of peacock imagery, he seems to be looking at it and says, and Nellie says, Mr. Grest, your security detail has arrived. And he's like, thank you. And he turns around, and there's the man that was linked earlier in the interstitial chat. He says, thank you for even contemplating my offer, you three. I know it may seem a bit forward, offering an officer of the law an off-duty job. I know some officers are willing to do it, and are a little extra security tonight. I hope you don't take offense to that.
None taken. It's all part of the job.
Nothing too strange about this. Had stranger requests.
Is Navi talking, or are you muted?
Navi's not talking.
All right.
She's just sitting on Dread's shoulder. Being cool and being neutral.
All right. So, Gabriel continues. The main reason here is there's actually another fashion designer coming tonight. It's a special guest, hoping she'll arrive on time, but with a foreign business partner arriving, I would prefer to have extra security detail. I wouldn't want an international incident, and I also just would like to keep people on hand in case anything does happen. And I hope you can. I hope I'm offering the right people the job.
Very well. Do we have any specifics on what this will be?
Well, we don't have any particular details on any possible threats. Nobody has threatened anything.
I was thinking more along the lines of who the guest is.
How large of an area that, like how large of the party is? How many people? Where is going?
Well, as for the details on the guests, I mean, all due respect, when she arrives, I will point her out to you. But for now, I am trying to keep it under wraps. All due respect, I know I'm saying offering trust to you, but I've been burned in the past by those who are willing to take any information to the tabloid. But once she arrives, I can tell you that she's a big fashion designer from Japan, and once she arrives, I will point her out to you, introduce her if there's time, and give everything I can to keep her and our party guests safe. As for the size of the party and the number of guests, I expect at least 100, and it will be taking place in the empty empty yard behind the manor. I can show you out there if you're interested right now.
We'll acquaint ourselves. That's fine.
And I do have some other security guards who have already been hired.
So are we to be security for the general event or more for your esteemed guests in particular kind of thing?
For the general event, but if anything happens, I'm expecting everyone to be on their top shape. An aggress party is, as much as it may not seem like that, with my son inviting his public school friends. It is a very exclusive event, and there are going to be VIPs. Of course.
We should probably see the rest of the security detail.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea if we get acquaint ourselves with them as well. All right, well, we'll take it from here.
All right. The exit into the yard is just head back into the hall. It's behind the stairs. And thank you for your services, and I will handsomely reward you for this, assuming things don't go completely and utterly terrible. Then
hopefully
you'll be rewarded. Now, if you excuse me, I have some more business to attend to. And he sits down at his desk and starts working on his computer. Unless you have any more questions?
No, that's all.
All right. Good evening, then. And he'll let you go on your way.
Yeah, he'll just...
Fred, is this what those influencers call payment in reputation?
Exposure, and yes.
Exposure.
As a judge, I've always been trained to avoid exposure whenever possible. So you're being offered it. So, honestly, we're not here for the pay. We're barely here for the food. We're here to make sure that nothing goes as badly wrong as it possibly could. If he wants to be guarded about this and not give us the full breakdown, fine. We know that the VIP is going to be a Asian female being escorted later on into the party. He'll obviously try and make some kind of introduction, but ideally we want to get eyes on before that happens. Apart from that, yeah, we've just got to make sure this place is at least relatively secure.
Wait. He said she was from Japan, not this Asia. Where's this town at?
How big was your... you have like countries and continents, that kind of thing?
We
had Hyrule. I think after I thought we left them, right? We're kind of looking around now, right? Or are we talking?
Yeah, you're looking around now, but you're talking as you're walking.
Okay, just double checking. So you guys didn't have any other landmasses kind of thing?
Oh no, we've got Hondo City would be the closest thing to Japan from where I am. I have actually just quickly brought up a full list of the mega cities, and yes, there is actually... Japan is basically just Japan without some of the archipelagos.
I mean, whatever works in a post-apocalyptic universe. So,
I mean, Australia barely notices the difference.
hey. But yeah, you do head outside to the back, unless you want to explore the manor or the actual mansion. But outside, the yard has already been kind of cordoned off. There's already a fence there, but they put up some velvet ropes. They've got a DJ getting ready. They've got, they've got like a dance area cordoned off. You see catering is already getting their stuff together. And then there's the big old catwalk that's good to go.
Fair enough. Bob, Navi, probably best if we split up and just make a recon of the area.
Sure.
All right.
I can talk with the security detail if neither of you are interested in doing that.
Sure.
I'll look out for danger.
Yes, definitely do that.
All right. So, are you looking anywhere particular, Navi? And Bob, what are you doing?
I'm also like getting familiar with the location so I can get a better understanding of the layout and know where things might happen, kind of thing.
I was going to say, actually,
Okay.
if Navi's doing outside, Bob, you may actually want to check out the mansion itself. Just see if this guy's hiding anything. Up to you.
Sure. That's a good. We can discuss the same thing. And you mentioned that. Sure, Bob. Sure. That makes sense. Let's make sure it's nothing too crazy. Just for this as the distraction.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Dread real quick, just because we're gonna get security detail out of the way. There are only actually two other security guards.
Oh, well, this is going to be quick.
Actually, three. There is a Paris police officer named Robert, who seems like kind of like, a little bit of a good-hearted idiot cop type stereotype.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. He's like, hey there, nice to meet you. My name's Robert.
Dread. Private
I think
security.
I saw you hanging out. Yeah. I think I saw you hanging out at the school earlier. My daughter goes, actually. Friend. It's like you were friends with Mary. She's a good kid.
Oh, well, that's good. I see
this
this
over here. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to ask him, and he's about to answer it anyway, so...
This big guy over here, we just kind of nicknamed him the Gorilla, and you just kind of see this he's actually Mr. Aggressive Bodyguard. And she's like this guy. He's like 7 or 8 foot tall, built like a brick shit
I
house.
was going to say, he isn't just an actual gorilla.
He looks like he could be one, because he's just massive.
He just kind of pauses, looks back over at him, and just goes, "Does he mind being called Gorilla?"
I mean, a lot of people call him that behind his back, but he doesn't seem to care when he hears it. So
yeah, I suppose if he cared, people would find out real quick.
Yeah. And this over here points to like a young, broody looking guy. This is Mr. Stern. He's from out of town, but he's pretty close. He's like from next county over.
Fair enough.
He seems to be a bit of a grump, so I'd avoid talking to him. All right. Good to have you on the team, though.
Yes, I've got my other 2 agents just canvassing the area, making sure everything's secure. Not that we're faulting your own work, we're just trying to make sure we've double-checked everything.
No problem. Well, I'm just gonna keep here and having some snacks before the party starts. You know what I mean? Because the moment the party starts, everyone else is gonna be here, and I'm gonna have to keep my eyes open.
You sure eating the same food as the guests is a good idea?
Mr. Aggress is a nice enough dude.
I was thinking along the lines of if there's a bout of food poisoning or intentional poisoning, then that would eliminate the security team along with any potential victims.
He thinks that as he's thinking, he just sticks another canapé in his mouth. Continues thinking while chewing.
Dred just sighs. Remembers he's got his superpowered judged lunchbox stashed somewhere safe.
I'm pretty sure you would also have some kind of poison scanner or something on you as one of the.
I mean, yeah, but it's all. I mean, that's like it's the whole crab puff thing. From a darker timeline, motherfucker, that's basic security. Security don't eat the same food as guests at any event.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yep.
Although he definitely has like a superpowered judge lunchbox from when he was a Juve.
But yeah, Navi, you're just looking around the area?
Specifically to see if there's anything suspicious going on. Not like necessarily with people, but like the environment. Like, is there any holes, any fences? Is there anything suspicious in the trees? Things like that. Really, it's secretly Navi's way of just getting out into nature because she has been cooped up in not that for quite a bit.
Go ahead and roll for it. I'm going to tell you, like in general, the security answer is safe, but you might find something. So go ahead and roll for it.
Let's see, deep that's dive. A 7, and plus it was a deep dive. I'm trying to remember.
Heart.
It's hearts plus 1, and so that's going to be an 8.
So you get to ask one question. And it can't be any question because I'm mixing the deep dive the questions because they're narrow.
Are there any superheroes on the grounds or in the premise?
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Superheroes?
Like any magical, fantastical super things. Or wait, we saw those butterflies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, are there any of those? It's an Akuma, right?
You aren't sensing any of those butterflies outside.
Okay. Then things are safe.
Speaking of which, Bob. Yeah, you head into you head into the mansion house, and it's perfect timing because Gabriel Gress seems to be coming outside to start inspecting the actual stuff. So you might have free reign of this place. Anywhere in particular you want to look?
I guess see kind of scan his office to see if I can find anything suspicious.
All right, roll that deep dive.
Which that's the
plus heart.
Okay, let me bring up my dice roller. Heart is 8.
So you get to ask one question, and I believe you said, "Are there any hidden switches?" Basically, is what you were looking for.
Hidden switches, hidden mechanisms to go somewhere else, kind of thing.
Okay, I know you're genre savage at this show. Do you realize there are 2 hidden mechanisms? There's one on the painting, and there's like one like under his desk-ish.
I guess
the 2 that you realized.
Okay, let's see. I only vaguely remember the show, so I can't be too generous at me. So I guess I'll investigate the one in the painting.
All right, you investigate that, and that opens a safe. The painting opens, and there's a safe behind it, and there's some stuff there. There's like a picture of the woman the painting is of. Uh, some weird peacock-looking thing, and a
Do you have me
that's
open
what
up the
you see.
safe automatically? Just you see
Well,
what's
well,
inside the safe, or what's
Yeah,
around the safe?
this is inside the safe.
Okay, so
Because it sounded like you were investigating that and opening it up.
okay, so I was gonna say I just scanned through the safe, so I don't actually have to open it, kind of thing. There.
Okay, so that's what you see inside. There's some sort of like peacock feather looking thing, and there is a picture, and you realize that it's of the woman.
Must be some kind of keepsake there.
Mhm.
Nothing too interesting. Okay. No documents in there.
None currently, no.
Okay.
And you think you might have limited time, so do you want to investigate the elevator?
Sure.
Oh, the other switch, which
Yeah.
there's an you realize there's an up switch or a down switch. Which way do you want to go?
Down.
All right, you find yourself in a long. You like go deep down. You find yourself in a long underground room. There's a long catwalk going to what looks like a church window, and there's some sort of like you've at one point you got plugged into like a game or whatever, and so you know what a cryo tube is, and it looks kind of like a cryo tube at the far end. And that's what you see. You have a long catwalk to a cryo tube surrounded by sunflowers, and there's like a stained glass window.
I scanned the woman with glitch to see what's wrong with her and why she kind of stuck in there.
Findings inconclusive.
Hmm.
And she looks like the woman in the painting.
Okay, so maybe not a keepsake and something. That's still a reminder, but she's kind of stuck here. Okay, I kind of sneak back in and meet back up with the rest of the team.
And just go over your findings?
Yep.
All right.
So things are a bit weird, but nothing too strange there.
Apart from hidden saves and elevators.
Well, they usually do have hidden safes. They don't want it obvious that this is where the thief should try and break into, kind of thing. So having it hidden that one is not a concern at all. Keeping your loved one inside cryo tube from a hidden elevator, a bit wonky, but rich eccentric.
Rich people gonna rich.
Yes.
Drudge just kind of falls and goes, the 1%.
Basically.
What the fuck?
Not as weird as other way, stranger ways of preserving your loved one memory.
I suppose so. Just throwing them in a barrel of pickling. Probably not a great idea.
I don't think that would work very well.
No. I think they preserved, what was it, Nelson in a barrel of rum. Anyway. Clearly this is getting off topic. I just had a quick sit down with the on-site security team. He just shook his head. It's us. Let's be honest here. They've got a standard just street walking schlub. They've got a man who looks like two brick shit houses that somehow got annexed together, and an incredibly antisocial douche.
Well, if it takes some time, at least the second guy would be a help. on engaging the threat.
If you throw a banana at the threat, maybe. All right, I'm just saying, don't expect to see much professionalism from those guys.
Yeah. It's
Just be careful not to upset him, or he might turn into something terrifying.
I mean, I think that's a standard warning for everyone in this world.
seems like it with the mime, especially saying if you a bit too mean to them, they can suddenly gain superpowers.
I suppose that's another thing. No suplexing anyone into fountains.
Yeah.
Was there a fountain on the premise?
Most likely, if it's a fancy garden.
Did you try? Did you?
And could I put caution tape around it?
Yeah, go ahead and put caution tape.
Did we ever actually go
Probably
back
not
and
unless
test?
it's an emergency.
Did we ever go back and test the water to make sure it's not just some kind of weird stuff in the water that's making it a bit,
No, we saw the butterfly.
you know?
Yeah, I think it was kind of explained to us from an outside source that, like, yeah, this isn't necessarily the water as much as it is just the world is a bit weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot if we got that bit of information now. I kind of know what I'm trying to.
We need to invent a Gellerfield in this fucking world so we can shield people from the malevolent psychic energy.
I deal more the physical world, not much on the mental, so no help there.
Meh. But anyway, I
Unless
think
you want to know, if you convert them there and then there, no, that would not work.
yeah, we could probably fast forward to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, cut to Teams Tsukasa and Fu. Perfect timing since Fu is back.
She yeah, I'll wait to do this. But yes, we're going to be going to the party.
Yeah. What did you want to do?
She is going to so okay, like, is there like a big line out front of the show? Of people waiting to get in?
Yes, but it's going fairly quickly. Like, it's people
Okay.
just showing up, flashing invitations, and going.
Okay. She will as they're walking kind of say
Who is Decade?
Well, I mean, I'm decayed. But if you mean what does it mean to be decayed, I don't know. Before all of this started, I was told that my power was needed, but my only power is to destroy things. So
The Destroyer of Worlds?
he gives a shrug. I guess. I haven't destroyed any worlds, but then again, like I've mentioned, I don't know where I came from, so maybe.
she
I
nods.
don't plan on destroying any worlds, but
Appreciated.
mhm.
Oh,
I
then,
do
yeah.
wonder
go ahead.
who's getting here before us and telling people about me, though.
Possible sabotage.
Hmm.
Possible enemy.
I guess. If there is someone, they don't seem to want to employ their own people or come after me directly. They just seem intent on turning the worlds against me. Then again, he'll actually pull out a photograph of probably like the Eiffel Tower or something that's all weird and squiggly. It's like, it doesn't look like this world likes me very much either.
Is that why?
She motions to the photograph.
I think so. Every world I've been to that's rejected me doesn't allow me to photograph it correctly. I will say that Fu also notices that that even if it wasn't all weird and wiggly, it's like a little bit off angle. The focus length isn't great. Like
Yeah.
like
The photograph itself wasn't good.
Yeah, well, I
Before
mean,
that.
yeah, but it would have been like an off-center, slightly blurry picture of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Now it's like real weird.
Right. Oh, we just lost the recorder.
No, it's my computer just keeps going into sleep mode because we haven't needed the soundboard at all this session so far.
Yeah. Fu is just like,
Be honest.
and then just asks,
Should I fear you?
And then Tsukasa thinks about the vision he had, and he says, "It might be safer for you if you kept your distance." Remember when we were talking about finding your friends? Your friend on a catwalk?
she nods.
In that same vision, I saw you in that dress jumping between me and him fighting.
Kind of wrinkles her brow, but you can't see that behind the Pompeian mask.
So, if something's
False vision.
maybe just try to be careful tonight. I have a bad feeling.
She nods and then considers asking him something else, but refrains and will head inside.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, is Tsukasa stopped at the door?
Tsukasa's not stopped at the door, but John, I do have a question for you.
Yeah?
Are you establishing boundaries in the link? As much as I hate, are you establishing boundaries in a personal relationship? As much as I hate to ask this and hope that you say no. Because I think that we are not friends. Your link move might apply here.
Oh man, I actually don't. But you guys no. No, I don't believe I am for this. Because it's not that, like, the thing is that Tsukasa doesn't, like, actually, like, he's worried about Fu, but he doesn't, like, consider himself a bad person. Like, he's pretty sure all this Destroyer of Worlds stuff is kind of bullshit, but, like...
That's fair. He's saying better safe than sorry, just in case.
Yeah.
Tsukasa and Fu. Okay, you guys can come in.
Navi?
I'm helping out by checking people's invitations.
Oh my
Tight
god, does she have a massive clipboard?
Mm-hmm.
Impenetrable defenses.
And just so you can leave and enter again, here is a stamp.
Appreciate
Navi
it.
is somehow holding a giant stamp and a clipboard.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine she has to set the clipboard aside on something else.
There's just
There's
a
a podium
lectern.
there.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah, there we go.
She ducted them together so she can wield them as one tool. Has
Like
the
you
stamp
three.
She
as
fucking slaps them with the clipboard. Oh my god, that's amazing.
And it's just a butterfly like mark on the palm.
Okay.
I don't think he would use the butterfly as his stamp.
No, I think that's actually the Agrest brand is a butterfly.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I wasn't sure or not.
Because the people in Miraculous are super subtle about what they're doing.
I know they were not subtle, but I didn't think it was that unsubtle. There's a difference there.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like before we knew, spoiler alert, that Gabriel Agrest was the villain, there were so many scenes of him ominously staring at his own son's ring with dramatic stinger music. And yet he still doesn't know. Anyways, yeah, so you get into the party, and it's, there's some throbbing music. DJs out there having a good time. People are out there dancing with each other on the dance floor, and you can see, people mingling, talking, eating. It's a party. The catwalk, models are walking down, posing, coming back. Then when they get back, a lot of them are actually stepping off the stairs and going and mingling with the crowd as well in their outfits. It's a throbbing, it's a happening place. And of course, you do see your security agent friends wandering around.
Fu will go get herself some sparkling cider.
All right. Would Fu remember any of her classmates? I know she was mostly focused on. Actually, you would remember this one because the waiter you approach is the redhead kid that talked to Tsukasa after class.
Ah, he's a waiter?
Yeah, he's a waiter. He's serving canapes and he's serving sparkling, he's serving drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Part-time job. You were you were that kid that was with Professor Kadoya, right?
She nods.
Oh, yeah, part-time job. They do what we can to earn a living. You brings the tray down to offer you a drink.
Yeah, she takes that. Has some sparkling cider.
So how are you enjoying it here? It's just like small talking to you,
Mm-hmm.
being very polite.
Very nice.
And then, like, kind of falls awkwardly quiet because then she realizes that she has no idea how to talk to people.
It's, a lot of people around here are very nice. Like, kind of points over, like Mary over Mary. She's real nice, and points over to Marinette, who is wearing a ladybug themed dress and mask.
Subtle.
What's that? I mean, I think the red really popped. It's far from subtle. I'm not a fashion guy.
Also, minimal fashion knowledge.
Also, I believe you, out of character, I believe you hate her because you're tsundere for Tsukasa, and she talked to him.
Yeah, but she's got a lot of weird feelings right now that she can't.
That's fair. I just remembered that.
She's got a lot of
saying
stuff
that.
on her mind.
Yeah.
And man, she's oh, shit. Who is? Let me just look. What is Lashat Noir's real name again?
Adrian Agrest.
Adrian. Is he here?
Yes, he is. He's right over. Points to a guy wearing a cat mask.
The subtlety.
Subtle.
And she motions to him and says,
Source of invite.
Oh, yeah. He handed me one too, but I just I had to turn it down. 'Cause I'd rather be making money than just standing around talking to people. I mean, I'm talking to you, but
she nods. And then just says,
Won't hold you up.
thanks. Feel free to come by if you want another drink. I'll be around.
Appreciate
My
it.
name is Raphael. I don't know if I got your name. Fu, right?
she nods.
My name is Raphael.
Pleasure.
And he goes about his business.
And she just takes a moment to calm herself and that like mini panic attack that she had from interacting with people.
Meanwhile, over with Tsukasa, as you're standing there awkwardly, feeling awkward because Fu went to go and get a drink, but this time didn't ask you to get the drink, so you're feeling awkward without guidance because normally Fu tells you to get these things for her instead of getting things herself.
Or subtly implies that she would like that.
Or subtly implies, yeah. You hear hey, Professor. And up walks Mary and Adrian together, actually. Kind of at separate times. He's like, oh, hey, Professor. I'm glad you could actually make it tonight.
John
Yeah.
is muted.
Am I unmuted now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. So he says, well, I heard that some friends were going to be coming as security, and I figured I'd come see what all the fuss was about. By the way, I want to make a couple links real quick.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so now I realize I should have had my dice ready before I started talking about making links. First, I would like to make a dark link with Adrian Agreste, aka Cat Noir, because it's super obvious.
Yeah, and I believe that's your highest, so you get a bonus.
Yes, it is. Yeah, so I got 10 plus. I'm immediately converting that into a point of distance.
Damn it.
Yeah.
One of these days I'll get you to 7, damn it.
Well, I'm not actually making a dark link with Ladybug, so.
What are you making?
I think I am actually going to make a hard link with her.
All right. I believe you're breaking even on that one, so.
Yeah. No, so that I get an experience because that's technically my lowest because it's tied with
Okay, so it's
Like-
your lowest, so you get an experience, and you failed, so you get an experience?
Yep.
Okay, so I give you a link, which means you're, yeah. I'll give you the heart link with her.
Okay.
And I will hold on to that hard move for a moment. And but yeah, so you now have that link, and you gain that point of the adversary. How many adversaries are you at right now?
3.
Ugh. Gonna force me like this, man.
Well, I mean,
Can't you increase that with the hard move?
I could, but I'm not gonna be that. We'll see. If other people get hard moves, I will.
well, I again, like, there's a real easy way to force more links onto me, and that's by that's by getting Navi to make friends with people I'm already friends with,
Yeah,
or somebody else is already friends with.
That's Ed's job. Ed has to do that. But
I feel like I'm being called out for not being friendly enough.
Be friendlier.
You're being called out and not being friendly enough to the right people. But yeah, so
honestly, I think that we don't make a lot of as many friendships or connections as we could as a whole group. Because
I guess,
there's
that's
not a lot
true.
of people for Navi to play off of that, because I don't see other people making connections.
Fine, I'll make a dark link to Gabriel.
Yeah, no, make the dark link to Gabriel Grest, yeah.
And I'm also gonna
okay.
make a link here
Dark
too.
link is my best stats get +1, right?
Yes. And what are you making while he's doing that, Nate?
I'll go ahead and make a Raphael was the red-haired kid, right?
Yes.
He was easier to talk to than she had thought. So I'll go ahead and make a link there. Like
Light
heart,
link?
huh?
Light link is friendships. Heart is I learned it by watching you, Dad.
Okay.
Mastery is your mentors and trainees, and dark is rivals and enemies.
Okay. We'll do heart. Just because, she has a hard time socializing.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to go. Oh, I can theoretically do this.
And is that your highest or your lowest?
That's my highest.
Okay, so you get a +1 bonus too.
Okay, in that case, with a +1 bonus, it's a 9.
All right, so you just get the link, or your hard move, or your link move goes off.
I got an 8, so
Uh,
I choose to just get my normal link there.
Okay, so you get that link in. Nate?
I'll go ahead and have my move go off. I will mark an experience and lose a link, which will be
Okay, what?
that one, the one that I just made.
Okay, that's fine.
So it's basically her going, I can totally talk to people. Yeah.
And
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 my dark
Ed,
link
were you-
is suspicion.
All right. So, Ed, were you going to do one or not?
I mean, I don't really have a reason to have a dark link with what was his name? Adrian?
Gabriel?
Gabriel. Yeah, I don't
Well,
really have a
there's-
reason.
Or heart link with Marinette, the fashion-loving hero?
You know what? I will have a heart link with her because fashion is something that Navi can get behind.
Okay, then.
Let's roll on that.
Even though this won't affect.
That's a 12.
All right. So,
Plus 1 is a 13.
okay, so she has a heart link with you. You have a heart link with her. And also, everybody else gets a heart link with Mary, unless they already have one, because,
Yeah, heart link with Marinette.
yeah. Because Decade already has.
Sure.
Hmm. I mean, Ed, you could get a dark link with Gabriel Agreste because he's making you work for exposure.
It's true.
That is true. Yeah.
He's suspicious too. He has the hidden elevator thing there.
Also, I already have a dark link with Marinette, so I don't gain one. Or does
You
it
can
shift
either
it to heart?
It would shift to heart. You're calming down. You're losing your soon.
Okay, that's fair. That makes sense. She kind
the
of
reason-
she's
the
very
reason-
conflicted right now.
The reason that Navi doesn't want to have a dark link though is because like butterflies is Navi's current aesthetic.
That's fair. But yeah, so as you're kind of chit chatting and catching up with Mary and Adrian, suddenly you hear a voice next to you and says, "Excuse me, Professor, may I have this dance?"
Tsukasa will turn and look at this person.
You haven't met them, unfortunately. You do remember they were sitting in the back of the class near Raphael. It's the woman with the brown hair, or at least you're pretty sure it is. She's wearing a red and gold mask and a red dress, very slimming, and she's offering you a red gloved hand.
Tsukasa will take a quick look around to see if Fu has still abandoned him.
She's gotten lost in the crowd because she's gone to go cope with herself.
Honestly, she's probably like off to the side of the crowd, sitting down somewhere.
Either way, she didn't come back.
No, she did not come back. She is somewhere, sipping this carbonated beverage to stave off the remains of an almost panic attack.
You know what? Sure. Yeah, let's do. Yeah, he's gonna take her hand and go to the dance. And if this is the person I think it is, I think I would like to roll a. I think I'm gonna roll a heart link with her because now it's Tsukasa's turn to get his maximum soon on.
Oh. Go ahead and roll for it.
Yeah, nope, failed that.
So yeah, so take an experience, and I do want you to message me who you guess it is, because I'm curious. But...
I'm assuming this is a character from the show. Give me a second to pull the wiki up.
Oh, this character is actually not from the show. I will tell you that much.
Okay, then I have no idea who this character is, and Tsukasa just is just like, I don't know. is Hart the right role for petty hookup to make not girlfriend jealous?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll still gain those 2 experience points then, and that maxes me out for
Love life. Yeah.
for experience. I assume you're going to give me a link anyway to add to my adversary track.
Yes. I'm going to actually give you that dark link with Chat Noir.
Oh.
Like you can see this thing. You were kind of annoyed at him, and you were and like you were gonna have some witty repartee, and like sure you went off with this woman. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna go make Fu jealous, but instead you're just bitter that you didn't get to have your witty one-on-one with Chat Noir.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just
Yeah.
gonna like let that seep inside of you.
Yeah. Sure. That's fine. Yeah. So I am now at 4 adversary track.
Yes. 3 more, and I can bring in the big guns.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Sukas is good to go dance with this random person.
And it's very, and the thing is, it's like that scene in every like spy movie where it's like this big elegant tango or something, for no apparent reason, even though there's like a throbbing DJ beat, just suddenly it's a tango and you're off tangoing with her, and she's talking
Well,
to you.
it's a throbbing DJ tango.
Yeah. Throbbing DJ Tango is my EDM band, but yeah, so yeah, she's dancing with you, and she's like, uh, uh, Professor, uh, it's a bit surprising that today is your first day here, and it's also the day of the big party.
I mean, sometimes things are just lucky like that.
Yeah. Well, I personally don't believe in luck. I've been in enough. I've been in enough tight squeezes myself that I realize that skill is a bit more important.
Really, you don't believe in luck in a city protected by a ladybug and a black cat?
I didn't say I didn't believe in magic.
I
Magic
suppose.
I mean, it is a city of love. You can't call love magic. I don't know what what you would call it. City with so much culture, so much beautiful art. I don't know if I wouldn't call this city magic.
I suppose. But how magical? I guess it's a different kind of magic that turns random people into supervillains. But personally, I think it would be kind of exhausting to live here.
I agree. I actually used to live in a city just like this for a while, but I found it a little exhausting. I enjoyed traveling the world, but I'm back to finish schooling, as you can see.
I guess it's important to finish your education. He says, trying to sound vaguely like a teacher. Speaking of, I don't think I remember your name from the attendance sheet. What was it again?
Cutaway.
Is this communicator on? Okay, let's see.
But no, not here actually.
Mysterious butterfly, can you read me? This is Door Fairy. I have a mission for you, if you choose to accept it. At the food table, you will find a dwindling supply of these things called macrons. If you could bring one to me at the front of the gate without the judgmental eagle finding out, you would be my best friend forever. Do you read me?
Are you messaging Foo?
Yes, I'm gonna roll for a convince someone.
I was about to do something serious, but do it.
Judgmental eagle, you motherfucker.
Is this going to be interesting?
Let's see, that's an 8 plus, let's see, I'm trying to remember what they were. It was heart, so that's a 9.
Yeah. All right, so either you can choose that she gains an experience if she does it.
I'm gonna go with
Or-
experience.
Okay then.
Sure. You just hear very soft.
Understood.
And you go and get Navi a macaroon.
Yeah, she goes, gets a macaroon. And then when she goes to leave, I'm sure she sees one dancing.
So while you're there with Navi, this is what. So.
'Cause Navi's outside, right?
Yeah, Navi's all the way at the front.
Yeah. So she has to like go to the table and then like go all the way go towards the front door, but that probably requires her to actually go past where everyone's dancing and mingling.
Yeah, so you do see that actually, and you're soon there, and you go on for a bit to do your mission. Or did you have something specific you want to do?
No, she sees that, and oh man, like what's like the best way to just like give a what's the best way to give a quiet what the fuck, man?
You glare. Glare confusingly.
Just head gestures up in the air, like, what the fuck?
Confused black girl man.
Yeah. Does Tsukasa notice that she just like looks at him confused near the entrance before biting her lower lip and just spitting on her heel and marching out the front door?
Up to Tsukasa, really. But
Yeah,
while this is
sorry,
happening-
I was muted. Yes, Tsukasa does notice, and I have a real quick question. Are you trying to get Tsukasa to follow you?
No.
Okay, then yeah. Yeah, Tsukasa will.
This was not a we need to talk to me, please thing. This is more gut reaction.
All right. So while Navi is at the check-in desk and nobody's really coming in right now. It's calmed down. All 3 security peeps, each of you get a call on your special SEA phone.
Okay, what does it say?
Yep.
And this includes Navi. So yeah, you get calling phones. It is a video chat from Connor back at base.
Okay, everybody. Now we're using House Party, but like this background, it's not supposed to be this way. My son was using it, and now I can't get it off this background. So the hosting this entire thing is a potato.
at the car. There's it's Connor, and he's like, "Hello, can you guys hear me?"
Yep.
We read you.
Well, we've got some contacts in other agencies actually, and I'm actually going to forward you a call from them. I'm just being the middleman right
All right.
now. They've got some people of interest in your area. And he hits another button, and you find yourself on the video phone. There is this like young Asian woman with glasses sitting in a chair, and she's like, "Hello, you're the people with the SEA, right?"
Yes.
Yes.
She's got like a somewhat British, somewhat Asian accent, like a Hong Kong accent is the best way I can put it. It's somewhat British, somewhat Asian, like a Chinese accent, yeah. And she's like, "Hello, I'm Agent Argent with the what's her name, right?"
You're popping in and out quite a bit. I'm not making out what you're saying.
Sorry, that's because I'm muttering because I forgot her name.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah. So this is my name is Agent Argent, and holds up a badge that says Interpol.
Okay.
We've got two highly dangerous. We got three highly dangerous suspects in your area. One we've been tracking for a while, but we don't know who she's working with. We know she has 3 contacts and she's going to do something in your area. We would be there, but we're going to say something?
Sorry, I'll let you finish first.
We were going to be there, but vehicle seemed to run out of gas, and we're refueling right now. And somewhere in the background, you hear a very obnoxious, thick French accent screaming, "Who makes a time machine that runs on historical facts and trivia questions? I don't even have to answer them right."
What?
What?
Okay, I know this is a Kingdom Hearts thing, and all kind of
No, it's not.
continues.
No,
It's
No.
Is it Mario Time Machine? Lost in Time?
No, I'm just trying to. No, I was more along the lines of I know that everything is on the table, but what the fuck are you talking about right now?
I'll explain it in a moment.
I'm pretty sure I know what this is, but
Yeah.
uh,
But yeah, so that's what you hear. Dangerous agent, and then guy complaining about time machine.
Okay, so are they going to tell us about these dangerous criminals who are going to be showing up, or just that they're
we
going
only
to be
know-
coming?
We only know the identity of one because we've been tracking her. You're looking at a Hispanic female, early 20s, fluent in multiple languages, knowledgeable in history, art history. I'm pulling up her file right now. And then suddenly the French, you see someone run up to the camera, this bedraggled man with like 5 o'clock shadow, grabs a file off the table and yells, "It's La Femme Rouge! Carmen Sandiego!"
Tread just looks away from this phone for a moment and considers throwing it off the fucking building.
And you see the image, and it's an image you all kind of recognize. Well, not actually. Only Fu recognizes, I think. Well, actually, Fu and the 2 people who are in the party recognize. It's the woman Tsukasa's dancing with right now.
Ooh.
And episode end.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Also, I don't know why, but when you
Excellent.
say guy with stubble and French accent, I immediately think it's Jean Reno.
Let me
Oh,
pull
wow.
up.
Wow, that's gonna be interesting. Carmen Sandiego. I guess that's.
I don't think we're ready for Carmen Sandiego, guys.
No one's ever
I
ready for
kind
Carmen
of figured it
Sandiego.
out after a like when Ed said that this isn't a person from the show and is dressed all in red. I'm like, oh, I think I know who this is, and I'm pretty sure the time machine that runs on historical facts is from some sort of Carmen Sandiego video game.
I think so.
That's a reference too, because here in the U.S., back when I was a little bit before its time, but I saw reruns. There was a PBS show of Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, I
nice.
remember that.
I remember
vaguely.
hearing about that. Yeah.
And the game show was literally like they had to answer the trivia questions to fuel the time machine as they chased the villain around.
Nice.
That was the story.
Oh.
Excellent.
Ah, only the finest dumb shit in this game. I love it. Just mwah, chef kiss.
Once again, I know that I need to watch this Cat Noir and
Ladybug.
this
Yeah.
Ladybug Adventure thing just to see an episode and know more about it.
And that's the thing. I like the show. It's formulaic as heck, so you can really only watch one episode and you get the gist of it.
Mhm.
But it's a good show in
The more
a
I
funny
look
kid
at
way.
to just know more about it for the game, I'm just like, wait, what?
So I think I read some of it gets weirder in later seasons, kind of. The first while it's pretty makes sense, and then later on it gets a bit stupid.
I mean, 'cause they start adding actual lore, and now they have upgraded superpowers where here's the thing: they transform by magical creatures, and now in the later seasons they feed the magical creature food that has like potions in it, and it gives them extra superpowers. Like there's an episode where some swimmer lady basically floods the city after turning into a mermaid, and so they like water form, and they like feed their creature a little thing, and then transform, and now they're mermaids too.
I think I've seen gummy bears. I guess it makes sense. Drinking potions makes you get powers.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, they put it in things. So like Ladybug feeds her little thing Tiki a macaroon, and it turns him, and then yeah, it's great, fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I was just going with like party food, which is why I chose a macaroon.
Yeah, well, it's you were surprisingly on point for a show you've never seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what would be, other than canapes, be the type of food that you'd have at a fancy French party? Oh, macaroons!
Nice. All right, I'm gonna cancel the recording here.
All right.
All right.